Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're doing a deep dive today, going to be looking at AI chess.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, this new model from Google DeepMind.
Right.
And, you might be thinking, another chess AI. Didn't we already kind of figure that out with Deep Blue, Alpha Zero, all that?
Yeah, you would think so, right?
You'd think so, but this is different. This AI is playing in a way we haven't seen before.
Yeah. So what's really wild about this is that it's playing at a grandmaster level,
Okay.
but it's not using what we call search, which has always been like the foundation of computer chess.
Okay, so search grandmaster level. I guess stop you right there.
Sure.
Some of us don't speak fluent chess. Can you break that down a little bit? What does it even mean for an AI to be searching in chess?
So imagine like you're trying to figure out your next move, right?
Right.
And you're kind of going through different possibilities in your head. You're like, well, if I move my pawn here, then they could do this, and then I could do that.
Right.
Traditional chess AIs like StockFit, they basically do that, but like on steroids. So they use all this computing power, explore tons of move sequences,
Right.
and then evaluate each one, figure out which path is most likely to lead to them winning. So that's what search is. It's basically like having a supercomputer in its head, crunching through millions of possibilities every second.
So this new AI doesn't do that. There's no number crunching supercomputer.
Exactly. It actually relies on something totally different, which is more like intuition. Well, AI intuition, I guess you'd call it.
All right, come on, now you're just messing with me.
Laughter.
AI intuition. How does that even work?
So basically, instead of calculating all the possibilities, it's learned by going through this huge data set of millions of chess games, just looking for patterns in those games.
Okay.
So it sees, what board positions tend to lead to winning or losing, and over time it develops this really deep, nuanced understanding of how the game works.
So it's like it watched a bunch of chess matches and just kind of absorbed the strategies and the patterns just by observation.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah. It's like it develops a feel for the game.
Interesting.
And we quantify that feel with something called a value function, which you can kind of think about it as like predicting how likely a given board position is to lead to a win.
Okay.
And it's gotten really good at approximating this function.
Interesting.
So it can make decisions that, while they're not always the same as what a deep search engine would do, with all that calculation, it still leads to this really strong play.
Okay, so I think I'm starting to get it now. It's not about like beating humans at their own game anymore. It's almost like AI is learning and adapting in a way that's more, dare I say, human.
Yeah. I mean, that's one way to think about it. It's definitely challenging our assumptions about how AI should be solving these kinds of complex problems. And the really cool part is this new approach, it might actually have some advantages that we hadn't even considered before.
Okay, so this AI, it's playing chess based on intuition.
Right.
Does that mean it plays more like a human? Could it even like teach us something new about the game?
That's one of the most interesting things about this, is that chess masters, they've looked at these games the AI's played,
Right.
and they've said that it's doing these things, these strategies that are like unorthodox. They're counterintuitive,
Wow.
but they're really effective. It's almost like it's found these new patterns, these new ways of thinking about chess that humans haven't really explored before.
So it's pushing the boundaries of the game itself. It's not just mimicking how humans play. Do you have an example of one of these like unorthodox moves?
Yeah, there was this one game, the AI was in a really tough spot, looked like it might lose,
Okay.
and it just starts making all these sacrifices, giving up important pieces.
Really?
Commentators were baffled. They couldn't figure out what it was doing.
Wow.
But then a few moves later, bam, the opponent's trapped. They have to resign. They can't get out of it.
It's like it's like 5 steps ahead, 10 steps ahead, more than any human could.
Exactly. And you know how we were talking about those traditional engines, how they rely on search?
Right, right.
Turns out that all that searching, all those calculations, sometimes it can actually be a weakness.
Wait, really? I thought that was what made them so good, being able to calculate millions of moves a second.
It's definitely powerful.
Okay.
But it can create this kind of tunnel vision.
Okay.
The engine's so focused on finding the mathematically best move
Right.
based on its calculations
Right.
that it might miss something subtle, something strategic,
Interesting.
some long-term opportunity that you wouldn't see unless you were, thinking more creatively, like a human might.
So this AI, with its intuition, it's better at those situations, those more nuanced positions.
That's what it looks like. It's learned from all those human games with all their messiness.
Right.
So it's got this flexibility to its strategy. It's not stuck in those rigid rules and calculations.
So this AI, not only is it playing at this grandmaster level without the search, it might actually be more creative than these other engines that are using that brute force method.
It's possible. Yeah. And it makes you think, right? Like, what does it even mean to be intelligent? We always thought the human way of thinking was limited compared to, an algorithm. But maybe not.
Fascinating. But you said earlier there are some limitations to this new model.
Right?
What are those? How do they affect how it plays?
One of the big ones is that it can only really see what's on the board right now. It doesn't have access to the whole history of the game like a human player would.
So it doesn't remember all the moves that led up to this point.
Exactly. And for a human, that history is everything. You're playing, you get to a complex position, you're thinking back to similar situations, patterns you've seen before.
Right, right.
This AI doesn't have that luxury.
So there are situations where that context, that ability to look back at everything that's happened, that's where humans still have an advantage.
For sure. There's this rule in chess, threefold repetition. A same board position happens 3 times, it's a draw. This AI, it won't go out of its way to avoid that because it doesn't necessarily remember it's happened before.
Wow. It really highlights the difference in how it learns compared to a human.
And it leads to some interesting quirks in how it plays.
Oh, really? Like what?
There have been times where the AI is just dominating the game.
Okay.
It could easily checkmate the opponent in a few moves.
Right.
But it just doesn't. It keeps making these moves that are good, but not the quick win.
It's so good at chess that it forgets to win.
Laughter. It's because it's looking at the board and it's like, all of these moves lead to a win. So maybe it doesn't see the difference between them. It doesn't have that same, urgency that a human player would have.
It's almost like it's bored or something. It's playing with its food a little.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the fascinating thing, right? It's this unique way of thinking that an AI has. It leads to these amazing achievements, but also these weird quirks that you would never see in a human.
It's a good reminder that these systems, they're powerful, but they've still got those limitations. And sometimes those limitations, they tell us more than their successes do.
Absolutely.
So we've got this AI playing grandmaster level chess, and it's not doing it by just like raw calculation power like we're used to. It's tapping into something.
Yeah.
Well, almost like intuition, right?
Yeah.
Learning from all these human games, seeing the patterns. It's amazing, but it's not perfect. Not by a long shot.
Right. It's got those quirks, those blind spots, because it's coming at the game differently than we do.
Exactly. So what does that mean, big picture? What's the takeaway here?
I think it points to a future for AI that's about more than just brute force. We always thought more power, more calculations, that was the key. But this model, it suggests maybe there's another way. Maybe AI can learn to approximate even like human reasoning just by observation, by recognizing these patterns.
And we kind of see that elsewhere already, right? Those text-to-image AIs, everybody's using them to make memes these days.
Right.
They're not working off some database of every image ever created. They had to be shown millions of them along with the text. And they figured out the connection, the relationship there between words and pictures. It still feels kind of magical, honestly.
It really does. It's a fundamental shift. Imagine applying that to something like scientific research.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Instead of our pre-programmed algorithms analyzing data,
Yeah.
what if we had AI that could, in a sense, look at that data with that same intuition,
Wow.
finding patterns, connections, things that our traditional methods would totally miss?
AI that could lead to breakthroughs in medicine, material science, you name it, just by seeing the data differently. That's incredible and kind of scary, too, if you think about it.
Of course, any technology this powerful has two sides to it,
Uh-huh.
but the potential is there. AI as a tool for understanding complexity, for helping us navigate problems in ways we haven't even thought of yet, it could change everything.
So for anyone listening who's like, wait, I thought AI was just about robots playing chess better, we're way past that now.
Absolutely.
This is about changing how we think about what AI is, what it can do, what its place in the world could be. That's the conversation we need to be having.
I totally agree. This research, it shows us that the real frontiers of AI, they're not about processing speed or bigger data sets. It's about fundamentally new ways for machines to learn to think. And that's incredibly profound.
If an AI can learn to play chess like this, a game we've spent centuries trying to master, what else is out there? What else is possible? It's a question worth asking ourselves. That's going to do it for this deep dive, everyone. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.